it's fascinating because, we had a whole, run in with the concept of freedom of speech and digital platforms. It's always fascinating to me how Bitcoin transcends money. It gets really into humanity and rights and all these other things, and we can definitely get there. But lately, I've heard you talk not only Bitcoin as digital property, but as energy. And this is something I find fascinating because it seems like maybe your thinking of it has evolved even more, which I guess I would hope after a year of things bouncing around in your head. But can you explain this concept to me of it being energy? Because I don't think we were talking about that 14 months ago.
Sure. Well, first of all, I think that money traditionally has been the province of economists and politicians. And if you look at money in the past 10,000 years, it's always been imperfect money, debased by politicians with economists doing their bidding. Even at MIT, when we were there, we didn't really think of economists as engineers, right? I mean,
No.
there's political science, there was economics, but those were considered to be kind of light disciplines. The engineering disciplines, the computer science, the civil engineers, the chemical engineers, aeronautical engineers, that's serious stuff. Like
Yeah.
you build a plane wrong, it crashes and burns, and in the chemistry lab, you can blow yourself up and you can electrocute yourself in electrical engineering. And the building can collapse in civil engineering, and the ship can sink in ocean engineering. And that's kind of separates the serious from the lighthearted, right? We got the poets and and the drama queens and the politicians and the economists, and they talk about stuff, but there aren't really serious consequences. So I think that Satoshi really represents the first monetary engineer. And the discipline of monetary engineering really begins with Bitcoin. This idea that I'm going to create a shared immutable ledger, incorruptible, immortal, right? Transcendental ledger. We never had it before in the history of the world. And if you can create a shared immutable ledger, then you can introduce the disciplines of math and physics into the world. Right. I mean, the whole idea of Bitcoin is I use SHA-256 hardware and I use energy to do proof of work. And so I'm plugging thermodynamics and the laws of physics into the security, the integrity of a network. Nobody ever thought of it like that. And when you combine it with the protocol and the difficulty adjustment, then you actually have this like first order servo mechanism or negative feedback loop, like a thermostat, right? A servo mechanism to exact our control system, right? A dynamic control system to exactly get 21 million Bitcoin, no more, no less, trickling out at a certain rate every 10 minutes, roughly. So that creation of a thermodynamically sound shared system was a breakthrough for money. And because people never thought of money as an engineering thing, they never thought to apply Newton's laws or thermodynamics or math or Maxwell's equations or anything to it. It just wasn't relevant. So we know, right? Economists will say Satoshi's innovation was the ability to transfer value from one person to another person without a trusted intermediary. That's and the lowbrow description of that is we solved, the double spend problem, or we solved the Byzantine generals problem, right? But if you had an engineering education and you thought about it, you would say, what do we solve? Well, we solved the issue of how you actually implement conservation of energy in the digital realm. If I can transfer $1 million of value from me to you without an intermediary, I don't need a bank. That means I have transcended the political realm. If you need a bank, then you need a politician to license the bank, and you need a corporation to run the bank. And when I send you the $1 million via Visa, then I'm going to wait you're going to wait 45 days for the final settlement. And if the central bank of the US decays the deal, or the British bank decays the deal, or if I have a change of heart in 3 days and I call up and say, I don't know, I didn't do that, it doesn't go through.
Yeah.
So you see, you're living in a socio-political realm when you deal with fiat currency through banks. If you need a bank, then the money is political. It is not engineering.
I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline.
I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up.
If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?